Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Arknights reaction. Today we have the Abnormal Spectrum lobby theme. A lot of people from the last video really wanted me to get to this one. Keeper of Burbs put it in the comments. A lot of people voted it up so I could see it and get to it, and here we are. And also a special shout out to Feline in my Discord server for sending me the right link to the specific song, because I looked it up and I was getting a bunch of stuff from the CC Spectrum and not Abnormal Spectrum. And based off a gut feeling, I didn't think that was right, and I was correct, and they sent me the right version, so thank you very much, Feline, for that. And I guess without further ado, let's go! It's an interesting picture, too. Like, I don't know if that specifically has something to do with the story, or if that's just kind of unrelated. I can never tell with song uploads like this. All right. We're definitely starting with this like somber tone in here. The spookiness to it as well. It's definitely a lobby theme. This reminds me of a lot of lobby themes I've heard, where it's just this kind of background drone vibe going on. Sets the mood. But also, what kind of mood is this, you know? Without any context other than this picture, which this is giving like zombie, and I don't think that would be correct, but maybe. Plenty of tension in it though, like there's a lot of tension in here. Ooh. Okay. Synthetic vocals. I feel like that's a deliberate choice here for them to be synthetic, because they're not doing anything to blend that. Maybe it's just to add to the uncanny valley of it all. Lots of pitch bends, lots of just... There's a lot of crunch. There's not a lot of things gelling well other than like the core chords, I suppose. Because those are working, but all of the atmospheric stuff around it doesn't feel right. This is weird. It's like my brain really wants to say zombie, but I believe that that's entirely due to the imagery. And I don't even think it's fully zombie either. I think there's something more to that. Okay, I get it. I think I get it. So I do want to work off the whole zombie iconography here, because I don't believe, like I said, that that's actually what's happening here. None of them were rotting. There wasn't any like obvious zombie things going on. It just seemed like a lot of people who are down on their luck and struggling a little bit. They're all like clawing to this one person in the center. So I feel like if I am to read into that imagery and assuming that it has something to do with this, if I'm using that as a hint, maybe they're seen as some sort of like chosen one iconography here for like, maybe they don't want to be there. It obviously didn't seem like they were happy being where they are, but everyone else is like clawing towards them as like the one common goal on this image. So maybe that's what's going on. Maybe they're a reluctant, like positive figure to all these other people, even if what that is was built on a lie. That sort of concept I could totally understand. I really don't think that there's like some actual form of like a zombie outbreak break going on. It really just feels like this person in the center does not want to be here and was kind of more or less abandoned here, and is, for whatever reason, whatever that may be, is seen as an object of common ground for everyone else. Like, they're all trying to get to this person. So I don't know what's going on. This is weird. I feel like if I ignore that imagery and just try to base myself off the song, I'm getting the vibe of somebody who's just uncomfortable where they are. This song is filled with tension. The chords, like I said, all work together, but all of the accents aren't necessarily lining up. They're not blending well. There's plenty of grit in this song, a lot of sawtoothy synth stuff going on, just plenty of just stuff that's grating. It's a lot of grating noise going on, and that is usually just there to signify stuff that is wrong. It's pretty cut and dry when you look at it that way. Most of the time in music, if you look at something analytically, usually the most obvious choice is the choice. Sometimes there are deeper things and factors that go into specific chord choices and like progressions in music that lean towards different emotional skews, but for this one, all of it was pointing towards I'm uncomfortable. The song itself was making you uncomfortable. So I feel like this entire event, this lobby, is supposed to make you feel uncomfortable, or at very least be a reflection of somebody who is. And honestly, bringing back in the image, if that were me in the center, I would feel just as fucked up. I would be like a total fetal position. I would not be able to handle all that pressure, even if they're not seen as some sort of like icon figure or idol. They're seen as somebody that everyone else wants, and it could be for a much darker reason too. So like, who knows, right? Like, there's so many questions left on the table, and the song doesn't answer any of those either. It's constantly building up all of this energy based around that tension, and it never releases any of it. It just continues on with its chords, it builds its structure, and then it just kind of lays on there. It does not move. The song itself is very steady the whole way through. You're not getting much evolution. There's not an emotional story really in there aside from that. It's just the one tone of discomfort, and it sits there, and it makes you sit there with it. And that's probably the most uncomfortable option. Sitting there with a song that's designed to make you feel uncomfortable, and you have no way out. The whole song is just kind of engulfing you in that, similar to the picture in a way too. So maybe there is more to that than I initially thought. I really thought it might have just been a random image, and it still could be. But for what it's worth, I've never seen one of these uploads with a picture that wasn't at least somewhat related to the event. So I'm assuming that the case is here where this person, even if they're not the focus of the story itself, although it's likely given the whole composition of the art, I feel like this settles itself really nice in this niche of I don't want to be here, I'm uncomfortable, the pressure here isn't what I asked for, it's not what I wanted, and I'm stuck here with it, and I can't do anything about it, to the point of potential mental breakdown. It's just a lot because it never lets you leave. There is no tension release at all, and it's uncomfortable. That's basically all I gotta say here. I've said it probably 500 times, and I'm gonna say 500 more. It is the most uncomfortable sort of track to have. The song that doesn't let you escape. In a world where music is designed to be either escapism or telling a story, you don't get either one with this one. And that is terrifying. So I like this for that reason. I hate it for other reasons because it makes me uncomfortable. But at the same time, I gotta respect if the tone is what it is and that's what they're going for, they did a really nice job at just making you sit there in that padded room with it, and it's just taunting you this whole time. Like, leave me alone, I want to breathe. But I think that's about all I gotta say on it, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to request something else from Arknights, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!